Kristen McDonnell is back for her 9th season as girls basketball coach at Braintree High School. Now, last spring, that didn't seem likely or even possible. After 8 years building a program that really has become the envy of high school teams all over New England, Coach McDonnell was fed up, pushed to the edge by outside pressures. Tonight, Butch Stearns tells us how this happened and why Coach McDonnell is back in Braintree.
All right, ready? Everybody get 2 balls. Try to get 2 balls.
Kristen McDonnell can relate to the high school girls she coaches because she was them.
Big D, big D. You know, they're balancing their academic life, their social life, which can be big, and you're just kind of trying to fit in that piece of athletics without making it their entire life.
Basketball has been Kristen's entire life. A star at Boston Latin High School, she earned a scholarship to Stonehill College, where she was Rookie of the Year for the Chieftains, a 4-year starter, captained her junior and senior seasons, and in 2013, she was inducted into the Stonehill Hall of Fame. But as much as she loved playing, she loves coaching even more.
I'm obsessed with coaching. I love it.
She loves it more than anything. It's her life.
We're gonna go in and out with the right, one big dribble up, same thing. So you're going all around the gym.
And Kristen has always had her eye on Braintree.
You know, when I was growing up, Braintree was always a huge sports town to me. To a point, even in high school, I told my friends I was moving to Braintree because I wanted to be a part of their basketball program.
And in 2009, she became a huge part of their program, accepting the job as head coach. And in the 9 years since, Braintree girls basketball has flourished. 5 South Sectional titles, back-to-back state championships, a 63-game winning streak, and winners of 87% of their games.
I feel like we don't focus on individual stuff, like we work together, like we try to work as a team more than individually, so that's what makes us so successful.
I think she cares so much about the players as people, and then she cares about them as players second. And so I just think that creates such a good culture where you're stressing the person, the teammate, and then the basketball comes.
Having such great teammates makes everything a lot easier. We all work together, and especially where we don't have height, like we all have to be able to shoot, we all have to be able to run, we all get along, we do all the little things right, so it's a lot easier.
Well, this is the place to be on a Friday night when the Lady Womps are playing at home.
As proud as Joe Sullivan is of Braintree girls basketball, the mayor of this town was as shocked as everyone else last April when, after taking her team to another state final, losing this time to Springfield Central, Kristen McDonnell, after maybe her best coaching season ever, quit.
I was, initially pretty stunned. There was some interaction with some of the parents that didn't go so well. Could have been handled better, I think, on both sides. I think the coach recognizes that.
I mean, I was devastated because I knew at the time it was maybe the right choice, but I knew deep down that it just didn't feel right.
That decision never should have happened, and it never would have happened had I given it any wait time whatsoever.
A decision based on emotion. Pressure from a small group of parents came to a head after the team's end-of-season banquet with an email exchange. She regretted the decision immediately.
I never wanted to leave Braintree, ever. I'm in love with this place. Yeah, it was a really tough 2 months, after the decision that shouldn't have ever been made. And I was getting calls from all over the country. I was getting hundreds of emails from all over the country, just people that had heard about it. It was giving Braintree a bad name in terms of what they did, and that is so not the case. The people here are incredible.
Everyone in town knew that her leaving was wrong.
I wrote a letter to everyone I could think of.
I mean, it really did suck, but
Kristen knew she made a mistake.
I was getting calls from other athletic directors to interview for their position, and all I'm thinking is, I don't want to go anywhere else.
But could this wrong be made right?
Well, I heard from some folks, people whom I trust and I know in the community. I think we came to a period of discovery that, in fact, if we just all took a deep breath, that this might be able to be reconciled. People deserve second chances.
Why did you come back? How did you come back?
Because I never should have left. I had a really tough time accepting the fact that I wasn't going to be with the kids anymore.
These players wanted her back. And I think in the end she realized how important the players were to her.
How'd you feel when you knew she was coming back?
I cried, honestly. I was so happy. I couldn't have been more happy.
It shouldn't have been about parents. It shouldn't have been about coaches. It should be about them, and I felt like I got away from that, and that was something that I regretted.
Your parents don't need to be involved. This is your time to learn, mature, grow up. If you have a problem, you say something to the coach.
Butch, I'll tell you, I don't think she ever left. I really don't.
So Coach McDonnell is back, and Braintree girls basketball is better off because of it.
Having gone through this whole process, it's really allowed me to see that it is an issue that needs to be brought up. It's definitely a dialogue that needs to happen in terms of boundaries on both sides. A coach, a parent, a player, whatever it might be. The whole story got blown up. It was never my intention. I was trying to prove a point to a select group of people. And if I could do it again, I would have done that in a different way.
Butch, I'm so glad we did this story because it's a topic that's not unique to Braintree. But one quick question. You know Mayor Joe Sullivan well. I've met him once, nice guy. What does he have to do with the Braintree girls basketball program?
Well, it tells you how many people really cared about this. Joe had a lot of influence. This was not his decision. It was Mike Denise, the athletic director, and the school administration. But as he said in the piece, he heard from a lot of people that this was wrong. And Tom, if I had to sum this all up about why she's back, in our lifetimes, a lot of things go wrong, and you know it's the wrong thing to do, and you don't get to write it. There was a chance to write this, and it ended up being the right thing.
I mentioned that this is not unique to Braintree. It's unique in the fact that it went public. I think Turtle Boy Sports actually shared many of those emails on their blog, and they weren't very pretty. So what do they learn from this? And what can they do about it moving forward? Because you don't want to see this happen anywhere else either.
Well, I know the parents. My daughter went to school with them. They're good parents. They're good kids, okay? Turtle Boy went crazy with a lot of this stuff. But the pressures made her resign, so they learned a lot of things. Athletic Director Mike Denise and Kristen are going to put together a presentation, excuse me, and at the upcoming ADs conference in the spring, where all the athletic directors and coaches go, they're going to have this presentation, and they're going to pass on all the things that they learned. And one of the points they want to make, remember the Lou Silva story we did?
Yes.
The reason Lou was given that he left Marshfield was because he wasn't in the building. Kristen's not in the building. Kristen's full-time job is director of guidance at Norwood High School. So these coaches, they're full-time responsibilities, but they're not full-time jobs for a lot of people. So they're going to present a lot of the challenges that present to people and what they learn from this, and hopefully other athletic directors and people can take something from it.
You could tell by watching that piece, there's a great vibe in that gym. Those girls are so excited to have her back, huh?
Well, they're also good, really good, Tom. So, oh, by the way.
That's what comes with excellence, and that's what comes with continuity, and she's been there now for what is a 9th season, so it's great that this has worked itself out, and hopefully some lessons have been learned along the way. Thanks a lot. Really great job.
Yeah, she's the best. I'm glad she's back.
I know you had some good insight with Braintree. That's why we sent you there.